They said I couldn't withdraw, but I just did it a second time. And this represents day 73 of my personal experience. Nobody can take your personal experience from you of the journey that you're on. So, my BG Web sharing day 73. I'm going to be honest, I think I got behind on my screenshots or I missed the day. Something is off about the screenshots. So, I may shy away from the accuracy of the screenshots. I want to keep them periodically, but something is off about it. Anyway, let's talk about the withdrawal. I was able to withdraw. This actually hit the account. You'll see two different things. You'll see a successful withdrawal. It was initiated on the 25th of April. I received it on either the 29th or the 30th. Let's say the 30th. Yeah, it was like the 30th. So it was a delay. I will say that. It was a delay on the withdrawal, and, different people were having delays, but I know people who, had withdrawals happening, or multiple people across different areas were having multiple withdrawals taking place on the daily. Like, people were getting withdrawals every day, but it was a delay based on the order of submission, so to speak. So it did have a delay. I will say that it was about 4 days, give or take. And then once I messaged support, they told me to message, the team, whatever. And basically when I messaged, shortly after they were like, yeah, we're approving them periodically or whatever they said. And then the withdrawal took place. I then initiated another withdrawal on the 30th. So that's what you'll see under audit. And we'll see how long that one takes. I'm going to come to you and report and let you know and document, hey, this one took this amount of time to see, is it a big delay? And the professor, to his credit, he did point that out. Yes, it has been people who have had delays. He said, some is around 48 hours. He said it's been as much as, I forgot how many days. I want to say 6 days, something like that. So he did address that, and he said why. He said there was a lot of people doing withdrawals, so they handled it, in an orderly fashion. So he did address that. I will say that. Now, I also want to point out that he mentioned that he plans to attend the meeting in California. Now, there's a lot of people who are saying he's not real. Hey, only time will tell. Only time will tell. But he said he's planning on coming to the next event if time permits in Cali. He said he works a lot of hours, like 20 hours, out of the day sometimes, based on what he's trying to do and based on his goal and his mission and things of that nature. If he shows up at the Cali event, I think that'll be, another shift for people who says he's not real. So only time will tell on that as well. But he did make that mention. That would be, to be continued. So that'll be to be determined. Lastly, a couple of people in the comments said that they wanted me to do an example of what it would take to having a BG wealth sharing account in order for them to bring home 7K and 10K. And you can continue to drop your numbers down below. But what that means is a certain amount of money in an account with BG Wealth Sharing earning either 1.2% a day or 1.8% a day will yield you a certain amount per month. You can pull that money out and then it'll reset you to the amount that you originally have that will then yield you that same amount every single month, based on the numbers alone. So, that being said, how much would it take for you to have 7K coming in per month or 10K coming in per month based on 1.2% daily and or 1.8% daily? So I'm going to share those numbers because somebody in the comment wanted them, but I wanted to highlight the fact that I was able to withdraw because somebody in the comment said, nobody's able to withdraw. Like, no, I withdrew yesterday. So, and it had hit my account, yesterday, that day, at that time. So I wanted to highlight that in this video just because, people say whatever in the comments and then it deters those who are considering it because of the comments, which I get it. I give people the option to join. I don't pull and tug and try to push or force. I give people the option to join. If something resonates with you about BG worth sharing, then consider it. It is risky, due to just the difference that it brings to copy trading and investing and some of the things that are unclear to certain people. Hopefully the last video gave you some clarity, but if you want to make that investment, only invest what you're willing to risk. I've been able to make more than I initially invested. My wife and several others, have done tremendous. I've seen people draw as little as a few $100s to people withdrawing, well, somebody withdrawing over $90,000. Somebody in the comments also said that they won't let you draw more than 10K. I know a person I know people who will draw over 10K a week that I can call, that I can text. One person that I enrolled with directly, he said, yeah, I pulled out about 10K a week, and this was months ago, so I know he does more now. Somebody else who I plug people into if they're on the team said, yeah, I pulled out about 35,000 in the past week. So the numbers I'm showing are like minute. We talking 3K here and 2K. Those are small compared to the people that I'm connected to. So you better believe these numbers are not like misleading. However, I do keep my disclaimers down below because I understand the nature of sharing monetary gains with people and how that can be viewed. But I'm not even sharing their numbers. If I was to share their numbers, then that'll be a whole nother thing. And these are people who are withdrawing and have reputations to uphold, and and definitely not trying to scam or play around with people's money. But anyway, I just had to get that out the way because some of the commenters, they'll comment and then sometimes you just read the headline or just read the comment and don't dive deep. It's certain people who saw the last video and I'm like, did they watch the whole video? Because if you saw the whole video, then you should have responded with a little more enlightenment. You should have been more enlightened than your comment represented. I'll just say that. But let's get into the numbers of what it'll take to have 7K or 10K a month coming into your household using BG Wealth Sharing in a 1.2% a day or 1.8% a day. Now, my previous video got flagged where I was showing people what it would take in order to earn a certain amount based on the comments. And it's because it looked like it was a guarantee attached to it, the title, something along those lines. But because I don't want any flags, warnings, or any of that, or nothing to come off as a guarantee, because everything associated with, BG Wealth Sharing, etc. has its risks, and it's not a guarantee. It varies, all of those things, all of the disclaimers I have below. What I want to do is give you the site that you can use so you can plug in your own numbers based on the numbers that you have, your goals, so you know exactly how to do it yourself. So that site should be down there. Every now and then I may use that calculator, but more strategically, and that's why you're not seeing the example. It was there. So a certain amount of people saw it, but for those of you who did not see it, you can just plug in your numbers using that site down below. It's really simple, self-explanatory. Just make sure you adjust the percentage, make sure you adjust the amount of days, make sure you adjust whatever principal amount that you want to be working with. Those are the things you adjust, and you can expand it for a year. You can expand it how much you want to, and you can see a monthly breakdown, a weekly, a daily, all of those things laid out to your liking. It's real simple to use. So check out that site so you can put the numbers in for yourself, because I don't want no problems, no smoke with YouTube, and I want to make sure I abide by the rules. No guarantees, has risks. If you want access, the option is there. If you don't, no biggie. And if you're already a part of BG Wealth Sharing and you want access to the system, that bottom link below can give you access to that. That's all I got. Mr. Smith, signing out. Salute.